Hello everybody, this is Fernando for the latest Godzilla Podcast. It looks like Dread Central has compiled a assortment of all the older concept artwork that has appeared like months before the movie was going to be released, and then now that the movie has been released and we're well into the digital format and the DVD Blu-ray coming out, they've compiled all the new concept artwork that has been leaking towards the internet these past couple of days. They've pretty much placed together a good assortment of all this concept artwork, and I've included a direct link to their website, so if you have a chance, check it out. You definitely will not regret seeing some of the very cool stuff associated with the building of this film. Some of the concept artwork is pretty much out of this world. Like, there's one that stands out, and it has to do with the what it looks like it's like a front shot of one of the battleships, but one of the small ships that the military used in the film. But you can see Godzilla's fins, his own spikes, coming out from under the sea, and they absolutely dwarf Alcatraz, if that is Alcatraz, within the far background of the shot. And how beautiful it would have been to see something like this. It really gave you an immense scope of what the size of Godzilla is, because when you have his scales, his essential, like his spikes alone, dwarfing an entire island, it again showcases just how big Godzilla can be. There's an even better shot afterward that showcases Godzilla standing in full glory in the San Francisco Bay Area, and his body dwarfs the entirety of the Alcatraz Island, and it would have been a pretty cool shot to have seen Godzilla, standing up near that area to again give a comparison. The closest we got was Godzilla essentially going through the San Francisco Bridge, but the San Francisco Bridge itself dwarfed Godzilla, so it wasn't really a good size sense in that matter. You also see some Muto concept artwork that shows how the Mutos were going to look very early on within the film. It's interesting to note that they went through an evolution of sorts on their end. From the very, very beginning, the Muto was going to look like something from Avatar, where it had a mouth that would extend, and it looks like it would have several other mandibles within its mouth itself. And then finally, it just evolved into the artwork that we see, the final result that we see today with regards to the Muto. There is also some more concept artwork that showcases the battle between the female Muto and Godzilla, which again showcases the broad scope that the producers were having within the film. It's too bad though that one criticism that I have within the Godzilla 2014 film is that the final battle between the female Muto and Godzilla, it showcases Godzilla and the battle going on, but it pretty much is all in the dark. It's very hard to tell what was happening in some cases, and it was kind of a shame because so much good work was going into this particular film. To have so much of it shrouded in darkness, I think that was kind of a bad call on that, and at least you could have something associated with maybe some artificial light from somewhere, moonlight, anything like that. That would have made it seem much better. And even some of the smaller details, like the living area that Bryan Cranston's character had while he was living in Japan. This was after the incident, and he was still somebody that was hot on the trail of trying to find out what had happened at the nuclear reactor with his wife. And whenever you walked into his apartment the first time and you saw all those postings on the wall showcasing news clippings that he was collecting throughout the years, there was even concept artwork associated with that. So that's pretty interesting to think that even something as mundane as that, I mean, it took somebody to essentially try to create it from scratch first on concept artwork, so that way they had an idea of where to go with. In other words, they didn't throw away a single moment within this film. Everything was carefully crafted from the beginning. Another cool artwork is it showcases Godzilla within the Hawaii scene after he essentially meets and the male Muto for the first time, and we in turn see Godzilla for the first time in the film. It hints at the idea, based on the artwork, showcasing a military fighter jet going through the scene and potentially crashing into one of the buildings there. It hints at the idea that there was going to be far more planned between the initial scene where he's in Hawaii in terms of some action pieces, but of course all we saw was now the infamous reveal of Godzilla, and then it cuts away to the kid. So who knows if there was ever going to be something finalized in terms of more action scenes. So anyways, check out the link whenever you have a chance. You'll see all this cool artwork that is debuting. If anyone knows if much of this artwork is within the Godzilla artwork book itself, let us know. Please, share this thoughts as well, because it seems like the way this stuff is being leaked, not everything was made it into the Godzilla book, the making of book. So if anyone knows that this is outside of it, please post it below. So thanks again, everybody. Take care.